Good morning. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Robin. I garden in Zone 6 in Northwest Connecticut. Finally, it has stopped raining. And it looks like we're going to have, I think, maybe 4 days. Unbelievably, we've gone from like 40s, 50s, 60s, and now we're in the high 70s today. So I have a lot of things I want to accomplish in the next week. I'll walk around and show you some of the things. It's time for me to start cutting things back. This is a pretty big garden. And as I've mentioned to you, though, I am starting to replace some of my perennials with evergreens, with conifers, with shrubs that don't require any maintenance. It's not a big deal. Let me just say this right off the bat. It's not a big deal for a plant that, once a year, like an agastache, that, you cut it back to the ground. That's not a big deal. Plants that started, kind of start taking over, like black-eyed Susans in my yard, like sanguisorba, burnet, is spreading around. Those are things that are a bit of a pain. Things that I can just go through with, my hedge trimmer are not really a big deal. I'm also trying to decide, what do I really want to overwinter? I do have some dahlias, and I talked about this last week. The elephant ears, I have no idea where they're going to go next year, so I'm debating whether I should save them or not. If this is your first time at my channel, thank you so much. Welcome. I hope you'll subscribe. Hit that like button. It really does make a difference. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. I so appreciate everybody's support and all your great comments in the last couple of weeks. I'm absolutely loving it. So thank you very much. And let's keep the branches out of my face. And let's walk around and I'll show you some of the things I hope to accomplish. I hope to bring you along while I'm doing that, but I want to at least show you what I'm going to do. So one of the very first things that probably needs to start getting cut down is this loosestrife. Now, this is not an invasive one. I've had it for decades. Literally, I moved it from my house in Vermont years and years and years ago. But that gets cut all the way to the ground once a season. Also, I have in this bed, I mentioned the other day, I'm going to start pulling out some phlox. I've got some eringeron, starting to find its way into this bed. I'm going to start trying to clean this bed up. So let's walk farther. Allium. This allium is going to get hacked all the way back. The daylilies are going to get hacked all the way back. This is a grass called Carly Rose that I absolutely love. These black-eyed Susans are getting a little out of control, and I have a friend who wants some black-eyed Susans and some other plants, so I'm just waiting for him to come get some of this stuff. Over here, I can start cutting back the baptisias, because baptisia doesn't turn, beautiful color in the fall. And we've had so much water. I want to try to give these plants a bit of a break. So that baptisia is going to get both, well, actually, I think there's 3 in there. They're going to get cut back. And I mentioned the other day, I think, I cut a bunch of firelight hydrangea blooms to dry to bring inside, and I spurred on a ton of new growth. Look at this. This is blooming like crazy. I only wanted this shrub to be, maybe 3 feet high, and it's now gonna rival the Coosa dogwood behind it. It's kind of crazy. It is so wet walking around my yard. I feel like I'm walking in a swamp. Twice in the last 2 weeks, my rain gauge has topped out at 7 inches. So this is Queen of the Prairie. That's definitely going to get cut down. I have some Siberian irises here that also need to be cut. I'll leave the hostas a little while longer. They're just going to melt into nothing anyway. So I've got some there and I've got some there. We've started to have a few cold nights. I don't think it'll be too long. Let's see in this bed. Got some ferns, got lots of epimedium, got euchera. Most of the stuff I leave. Same thing, will really die right back to the ground. This hosta, you can see it's already started to shrink a little bit because we have had some cold nights. Let me try and get out of the sun there. Can I get out of that sun? The Diablo 9 barks are gorgeous. They're really doing amazing. Let me see if I can get them without, I think you can see that a little bit better. That French pussy willow is enormous. I probably should, some of these things I probably should limb up a little bit so I don't have any damage come winter time. Heading back this way, my swamp azalea actually looks okay. All right, so I have burning bush, Hakanakloa. That'll get cut back. These hostas will get cut back. I have a lot of anemones back here, and they're very pretty. This is an older one called September Charm, and I really do feel like it spreads like crazy. I've been digging it out of the bed in the front. Spireas are still looking pretty good. Can't really complain about spireas. And over here, of course, the catmint will get completely cut back. I've got a perennial mum here called October Glory. Has not bloomed yet. Got some blue stem grass back there, standing ovation, and it is not doing too well. I think it's being eaten. Let's see what else. We definitely have moles and voles. My potatoes are looking okay. And I still have, ooh, that's a big branch. Still have some feverfew, but the potatoes are still growing strong. I am going to be pulling out my tomatoes. At this point, I don't think it's worth worrying about them. We've already had a long season. Got a few tomatoes left. I love these cages, though. I got these from Gardener's Supply. They're great because they collapse. All the rings come apart. I still have, oh, how pretty. I have a gladiola that's still blooming. Nice. Still have a bunch of annuals. It's time for some of these things to start coming out. I just need to start getting things going. Geranium Roseanne, again, I can hack that right back with a trimmer or loppers. Same with the catmint. Same with the grasses. The zinnias are still okay. The snapdragons are still okay. Oh my God, the pinky winkies are gorgeous. I know I keep saying that in every video, but they're gorgeous. All right, let me try to walk over this way. Let's see what else. I've got another perennial mum right here. And oh my God, it's so wet here. It's nuts. Wow. I mean, I don't even think I can, I don't know if I could, you can see that. Look how much water is just sitting, and it's sitting in the yard, and it's, oh my goodness gracious. All right, so I've got a lot of grasses. These are Shenandoahs. Right here. Can't even see my screen. I love them. I don't usually cut Shenandoah back. Daylilies definitely will get cut back soon. I had a little tater tot arborvitae that was buried, and I didn't even realize it was buried. So I'm not sure if it's going to recoup or not, but I moved it to a place where it's going to get some better light. Penstemon Midnight Masquerade. And more daylilies. And then I also have a Gaura right here. This is a pink one. Normally Gaura don't last for me. They don't overwinter, but since our winters have been milder, I'm going to actually leave the 2 garas and see what happens. This coneflower is Magnus purpurea, and it's just kind of looking like crap. So I'm just been leaving all the seed heads because you can see, the birds have really, been at it, and that's the whole idea, of course. Another grass, this is ruby ribbons. That will come down. Another coneflower, that's green twister, that will also come down. These gladiolas are finished. I am not going to save the gladiola corms. And I'm not sure if I'm going to do them again. They bloomed so late. They provide 1 flower. I don't think I'm going to do them again. I did that frizzle bunch that Flower Hill Farm had. And, I enjoyed them for this season, but I don't think I'm going to keep going with them. Agastaki, this also gets cut to the ground, as do the black-eyed Susans. Now, I have a few varieties of black-eyed Susans because I've had them for so long. I think besides, your basic Goldstrom, I think this was Dean's coneflower, something like that. More Shenandoah grass. And then I've got, I believe this was Yakushima, this nice tall guy. And again, I've got some phlox that I'm going to pull out of here. I love phlox. And I have one that I'm going to keep, but I think this one's going to go. Bee balm that just keeps coming back, that's going to go. And there's that loosestrife, so I'm back on the other side. Heavy metal grass, that'll get cut back. And let's swing around. So this grass will definitely get cut back. I don't want it. It's bad enough as it is. You can see it self-seeds itself all over the place by runners. I think this is called Moodry. Agastaki, that'll get cut back because that's brand new. Raiden's favorite aster. After that blooms, that will get cut back. The helenium will get cut back. The Henry Eilers and the Carine, the Helianthus and the Rudbeckia will get cut back, as will all these coneflowers. I'm also going to cut back pretty hard this Drops of Jupiter, and I'm debating about moving it. I think it's getting too much sun, and because it's getting so much sun, it really, really flops. Now, something that doesn't get cut back at all is oak leaf hydrangeas. They're starting to turn that gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous color. I love them. Also, I don't cut back the sedum. This is Autumn Joy, so that doesn't get cut back. Spireas don't get cut back. This monster grass is like a zebra grass, I guess, and it's beautiful. It's tied up pretty good to a tower, so I don't think it'll get cut back, but Carl Forrester will get cut back. This daylily will get cut back. This grass will get cut back. I'm not even sure what it is anymore. We've got more pinky winkies in here. Barberry. And we even have some At Last roses. Really starting to look pretty. The pinky winkies were kind of laying on top of them for most of the season because we just couldn't get in there to pull them back. My husband pulled them back pretty good, I think, the other day, so we might be good to go for a while. Okay, we're in the shade. Hosta, obviously getting cut back. Catmint getting cut back. Solomon's seal, gonna get cut back. Stilbees will all get cut back, even though, like I said, just like the hostas, they really basically melt down into nothing. But I've planted a bunch of hellebores in here that I didn't have last year. So I want to make sure I'll be able to see them from the basement windows and when I'm watching the birds. So here's more hostas that will get cut down. Some Hakanakloa grass. That'll also get cut. There's some Astilbe Dark Side of the Moon that I added in there. That I'm not too worried about. Then over here, the Calicarpa Beautyberry is starting to get its purple berries. Look at that. Yay. It's so beautiful, and it'll be completely covered with those purple berries very soon. There's more daylilies. You can see I started cutting back. This is a toucan coral canna that I will save. Another Carl Forster grass that is not doing too great back there. And that will get cut. More daylilies that will get cut. I just moved these Dark Side of the Moon Astilbe into this bed because we have an area in the front that keeps flooding, and we're going to try and berm it up. So I have some plants I need to move. And if you follow me religiously, you know that I'm probably pretty much out of space. So something else that I was going to show you. So in the greenhouse, my husband added a vent so we could try to get some of the air out of here. And then I usually have a fan going, but you can see it's, you know, still 90 degrees in here. I'm about to take all the amaryllis and I'm going to put them into dormancy. So I'll have them for December, January, February, March, blooming in the house. I have a caladium here. The nights have gotten pretty cool. So I actually moved my, this caladium, which is lemon blush, Heart to Heart Lemon Blush by Proven Winners. I moved that in here. I moved my rosemary in here just because I didn't want to lose it, and I'm going to try and save it. I've got some oriental lilies that I really want to get in the ground. They were in containers. I just popped them back into other containers for the time being. And I've got some geraniums in here that I started not too long ago. This is the Salmon Bullseye. I'm trying to grow them, so I'll have them for houseplants this winter inside. So that's what's happening in the greenhouse. Again, I don't worry too much about heucheras, but I've got a lot of daylilies right here. Got Verbena bonariensis all over the place. Mountain mint is really out of control. I'm going to cut that back. Same with those daylilies. Again, I've got verbena all over, and I do love it, but just beware, it does spread. You know, it's very easy to pull out though. All these baptisias, let me try and get out of the sun a little. All these baptisias right here will be getting cut back. Now this is monkshood, and these are just getting ready to open. They open very, very late, and FYI, they're poisonous. So be careful. But they have a gorgeous purple hooded flower. But they're very late. And a lot of times I feel like they're almost too late because by the time they open, we're getting frost. And I don't have them for very long. So it's kind of, I don't want to say it's a waste. I've had them for a long time, but you know. So walking back down here next to the greenhouse, I've got some coneflowers that are going to come out. Well, not come out. That'll get cut down. I've got black-eyed Susans that will get cut back. I have daisies that will get cut back. I just added some variegated iris. I'm not going to cut those. And I have some irises that did not bloom. I just bought a bunch from Shriners last year, and I don't know if they're just getting buried too deeply because the water keeps running down here. So I'm not quite sure. I have a new Niagara Falls grass back there. I may not cut that and let it go. These are just annual. Whoops, I'm totally in my shadow, aren't I? I have some just red fountain grass. That's just an annual. So those will stay until they're gone. More coneflowers over here. And more daylilies in the back, of course. Then over here, an area I don't come down to too often, I have mini Mauvette hydrangea right here underneath. And what I'll probably do is cut the heads off. Black-eyed Susan will get cut back. This is a mock orange next to it. The Bethany, has a lovely big spider web all around it. Those will get cut all the way back. Storm Cloud Amsonia will get cut all the way back, and so will the Veronicastrum. Creeping Jenny, spreading and creeping like crazy. And I absolutely love this river birch. It's called Little King. I bought some more large towers when we cut back things like the Veronicastrum. I'm going to get a better tower on it because this year it was literally laying in the grass. I'm going to get a better support around the Storm Cloud Amsonia. So I've got a bunch of towers that are waiting to go in the ground. I've got supports around my monkshood here, but this one only has, this one has a low one on it, and it definitely needs a way taller support, even though it's pretty supportive. Calycanthus Michael Lindsay, gorgeous glossy green leaves, still looking amazing. I love this sweet shrub. Now see, look how good these drops of Jupiter look here because they're in more shade. I think I'm going to move those other ones somewhere else. Now in this bed, I have actually already started cutting down some of the salvias. This is just Caradona salvia that's all over this bed. I've got a bunch of Dara that I planted. Got Shenandoah grass in here. And lots of Verbena bonariensis. And the daylilies have already been cut back here. I will cut back the Shenandoah grasses in this bed because they snow and we need access to our tank right there. Oh, look at this. Oh, look how pretty. Very pretty. Hyacinth bean. Finally blooming. Another one over here. Whoops. Is that going to focus? No. Nope, sorry, that's not going to focus. Don't know why. Okay, I started cutting back some of the Geranium Roseanne in here. I already started cutting this. This container, the Superbena and the Supertunias are still looking good. Obviously, the Oriental Lilies are finished, and I'm going to leave that Oriental Lily in there, but bring that container in because it's ceramic. Again, I've cut daylilies down in this bed already. That geranium will get cut all the way back. And these catmint have been cut, but they'll be cut straight down to the ground at some point soon. In this bed, you can see I've already pulled this Supertunia bubblegum, the Vista bubblegum, plain the blue salvia. So I've pulled all that. I've pulled a bunch of Verbena bonariensis out of here. Still have a bunch of Verbena over here. And still have some plain the blues salvia, rock and plain the blues over here. The Amsonias will get cut all the way down to the ground. And I have flag irises that get cut down, boom chocolate geranium. So you can see there is a lot to cut down. But again, I'm just going to take a hedge trimmer, and I'm just going to chop these things. I got some massive size bumblebees here. my hibiscus, summerific, perfect storm. I won't cut that down till spring, and then I'll cut it down to about 6 inches. Deutzias don't get cut back. Obviously, quickfire hydrangeas don't get cut back. Spirea ogons. I may take these down a little bit right now. Peonies will get cut back. So the peonies will get cut back. I do have some, let's see if I can get in here. I have some roses still that are blooming, shrub roses. And those tough stuff hydrangeas behind them did not do very well this year. I don't know why. They really didn't bloom. My fountain needs to be cleaned. At some point, I will be yanking the coleus, but I've got to say for right now, they still look absolutely gorgeous. Stokes aster, that'll get cut back. More black-eyed Susans that will get cut back here. Daisies that will get cut back. More Stokes asters that will get cut back. More penstemon in here that will get cut back. Geums. Got wee white hydrangeas underneath here. More heucheras. Let's see, I'm going to be giving away the burnett's over there. Hopefully he'll come pick them up. Just because they're spreading around. And my new evergreens look great. This is Picea bluebird. There's a juniper back there. I think it's called Old Gold. I've got a new Weigela called Midnight Sun right here. And another, this is a Chamaecyparis called Hinoki Coraldo. So you can see I have daylilies to cut back. Spirea Glow Girl still looks okay. I've got a white iris, Siberian iris, that has destroyed and invaded my Chicago Apache daylily. I guess I won't complain, even though I love it. I love the iris, but I really liked that daylily. So, oh well, it is what it is. Let's see what else is here. Eventually, I'm a little worried about my hawthorn. I'm not sure why that one area is yellow. Now, we've had so much rain, but the rest of it is green, and I've called my tree guy so I can get an opinion from him on that and see what the story is. So let's cut through here and go see what we got in this bed. So that yarrow will all get cut back. Catmint. Got lots of Dara still. Lots of Dara. I've got more Shenandoah grass, which you know is my favorite, besides ruby ribbons. I've got some baptisias here that will get cut back. This Durvilla grew way more than I ever expected it to, but that's okay. Alliums that will get cut back. I have a reblooming lilac that did not rebloom. Got some daylilies that need to be cut back. Veronicas need to be cut back. And what else? Nope. That's double play doozy. That looks fine. Got some Miss Agastache in there that needs to be cut. And then, of course, my infamous, oh, that guy's going to have to go. It looks like it was a cold night. My elephant ears are definitely going to be getting cut. I mean, these, geez Louise, these are so big. Seriously. So these are going to be, I'll dig these up. I'll decide what I'm going to do with them after I dig them up. I have some more black-eyed Susans to cut down. I moved my Winecraft Black Cotinus back here because it'll get way more sun than it was where it was. Regerzia, that's also going to get cut back. And then I've got some hostas and more alliums. And I think that's, like that's not enough. I'm pretty sure that that's more than enough to keep me busy for at least a couple of weeks. So I'll try and show you as things get done. And I have no idea why this viburnum is actually blooming at the moment. It's kind of crazy. This viburnum never blooms at this time of year. Not sure what the story is. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. I'll definitely have to put some of this other stuff in another video, but I just wanted to show you what am I going to start cutting down. You know, it's going to take me at least a couple of weeks to get all this stuff done. I really want to get weeds up. I have a lot of wild violets that are just the bane of my existence. I'm having a hard time controlling those between that and the moles and the voles and the rabbits. So it's time to start doing some stuff. I think it's going to get cold quicker than not. But this week is going to be unseasonably warm. Go figure. This is the craziest year for weather. So thank you all for watching. Bugs are flying in my nose. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.